Namaskar. Wish everybody happy Tiger Day. Let's look at how the tiger conservation happened in India over time. If you look at tiger conservation, it's actually the biodiversity conservation for most of our tropical forest. And what we achieved through tiger conservation is just not the investment of our political system, but it is also about the ethos, our culture, and involvement of people. So, as what Mahabharata says that if there is no tigers in the forest, the possibility of human survival will also not be there. So, it's very important to have forest and tigers for our survival. Around 1700, there are about 40,000 tigers in our country. By the time British took over, more than 60% of our country was forested. By the time they left in 1947, we only have about 25% forest left. But the important part is the amount of destruction which has happened during this period and the intervening period between 1947 to 60s, where our tiger population have declined sharply, largely because of hunting. Hunting was allowed at that time. It was realized that this country can't sustain the hunting and the decimation of forest and wildlife. So our Prime Minister, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, promulgated Wildlife Protection Act in 1972, which actually ensured the protection of biodiversity in this country. In 1973, Project Tiger was launched to protect tiger. It's an interesting story if you look at just how many people were involved at that time. Dr. Karan Singh, Dr. Salim Ali, J.C. Daniels, all ensured that Project Tiger take off, and it's also that science should be brought in conserving tigers. Project Tiger was great success. By 1990s, we have more than 3,000 tigers in our country. But it's also a marker that the success which achieved, if it is not monitored and if there is no political investment in that, how the projects which are launched with the right approach may soon lose its steam. Because of the trade in tiger parts, we lost a lot of tigers. Though it was not very clear how much we actually lost during this process. I also want to tell, at the time when Project Tiger was launched, the then Minister, Mr. Patel, has actually said a very interesting thing, and it's literally a prophecy, that Project Tiger is important not only for protecting tigers in this country, but it is important for protecting the biodiversity. Also, he said that I hope these tiger reserves will not become glorified safari in the future. And that's what actually the prophecy came true, because that's what started happening over time. The tiger populations started getting isolated. Development across the country, we are newly independent country, it's needed that we should progress both in agriculture and industry. Our tiger population start getting isolated, and then tiger trade was the biggest impact for tiger population. NTCA, National Tiger Conservation Authority, was formed to ensure that tiger conservation happen with more scientific process. And it's important to acknowledge the contribution by forest staff. A lot of people lost their life in conserving animal, not only tiger, but biodiversity of this country. Their contribution and contribution of field staff is amazing. Also, the people of this country who have actually contributed, make sure that biodiversity exists. We are the most densest population in the world. In spite of that, we have very rich biodiversity, and almost 70% of tiger population exists in this country. What Project Tiger after 2006 ensured that tiger reserves are connected by corridors, which ensure that the populations are not isolated genetically, and the tigers can move between different national parks and sanctuaries. These corridors are not only for tigers. Whole range of animal can use that, and not only animals. For plant propagules or seeds to move through, these corridors are very crucial. So just to sum up, I'll say that what Project Tiger has achieved is protection, a better protection, using technology for protection and for monitoring, a monitoring which is happening every 4 years across the country, which is not only monitoring tiger reserve, it is monitoring entire tropical forest or tiger bearing forest of the country, which is most important. It's also crucial that we create habitat where there is not much influence of people. So the voluntary relocation of villages played a very crucial role in doing that. As I've told, the technology played an important role. So this has brought a success, and success brings problems. So I think that we are almost at the current carrying capacity of the tigers, though about 50% of tigers have very low density. But what is needed in these tiger reserve is to improve the habitat and increase the population of ungulates, which will pave the way for tiger population. When Project Tiger started, there are about 8 tiger reserves, and now in 2025 we have almost 58 tiger reserves. I want to quote what our Prime Minister Mr. Modi has said at the time of celebration of 50 years. It is tiger conservation is possible just not because of government and forest department only, but also due to contribution by people. It is the effort of all of us, and ecology and economy has to go together. There should be no conflict between the two. That is, a prudent ecological decision will always be good for economy. Thank you.